We're here. Me. What up, man? You know what time it is, man. Savage Talks Wrestling live. Trying to bring my calmness back, you know what I mean? Trying to, what's up? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Meditating with the gods. Trying to calm down a little bit, man. Yeah, I'm doing, man. I realize, man, I don't want to ever watch my videos back and that, but I watched a couple back, couple intros. Too hyper still, and I can't really help it, but I'm trying to help it. You know what I'm saying? Not good for man's heart rate and that. We got everyone inside. Big ends. Morris. Honesty. Hope everyone's well. What day is it? Wednesday. Yeah, man. I hope everyone's Wednesday morning's going well, man. Yeah, I mean, enjoying yourself and that. Little live stream and that, man. Obviously, asked the man if they wanted yesterday. A couple people said, yeah. Threw it together real quick. I'm gonna be here for a good time, not a long time and that. So half an hour, 45 minutes. Reason being because tomorrow we'll have another live stream. Will be the preview prediction show for Elimination Chamber. So gotta get that out as well. And busy stuff, man. So hope everyone's well though. Madness in it, man. Like obviously towards the end of yesterday's stream, when I was about to leave, we got talking about loads of different stuff and that. So I was like, okay, probably best to throw this together and have a conversation about some of the things, some of the talking points around wrestling. So we'll do that. Now, you already know what I'm going to say. If you ain't been part of the channel long enough, then that's your problem, not mine. You already know, no tampon boys. I don't do rumors. So if you're going to give me a rumor that, no, man, The Rock's grandma's, actually, shit, she did. If The Rock's mom's getting involved in Royal Rumble or the Elimination Chamber or something, I don't care. The reason why I don't care, because I'm not sitting here with egg on my face, reporting on stuff that I don't know, that never happened, and then all of a sudden, man, are like, yo, Savage, you was wrong, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bruv, first of all, you don't get an award for being right, but second of all, I want to be a bit more credible in it. And I'm not a journalist. I'm in media. I don't work for the WWE. I have a partnership with them. I don't work for YouTube. I have a partnership. So I'm not out here trying to mess around with certain things, man. That being said, I do say what I want. Everyone knows that by now. Fucking whole channel's been shadow banned just for that flipping reason. But I'm trying to make conscious efforts to be a little bit more professional. Because obviously, man's got a platform and that. I ain't no one's role model. But I'm still presenting myself to the rest of the world. So I guess, you know what I mean? So if you want the rumors and that, there's bare wrestling channels with the rumors. You go to them, find out your little news and that. Excite yourself. Get all excited. Oh my God, CM Punk's in Chicago. Get them little exciting things. Then come over here and have a proper conversation. Because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But where do we start, man? Let's start with something. I mean, wrestlers keep getting injured, innit? So, I mean, I think if we go over the past month or so, CM Punk got injured at the Royal Rumble. I think the Royal Rumble was January, innit? We're not at the end of February yet. So we had CM Punk torn tricep. We had Cora Jade injured. I don't even know who has an MCL. I think so. She's going to be out for about. I mean, you can't actually say. Obviously, it's the industry are working in it. So when people try and give timescales on how long it's going to take, it's pointless because everyone works out different. You've got different stages to check through. In football, you've got like a few days to check. You got 5 days, 10 days. Then you have the 2-week period. Then you have a month, and then you go through rehab from that point on after your surgery. And you find out from there. Depending on red blood cells and white blood cells and platelets and all that stuff, everyone's a little bit different. They have time frames for what they think. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but yeah, Cora Jade's out for a bit, and obviously this has been reported a while ago now. I've seen her on the crutches, and I've seen the video of her and CM Punk and stuff on. I think it was on the what video was it on? From the last pay-per-view, I think it was. I think it was on the pay-per-view, but didn't look good, man, because these are people who are at the top of their game. Obviously, CM Punk, he's a weird one because I don't even know. I'm not going to tell a man what to do with his career and stuff like that. But all I'm gonna say is, I was watching CM Punk in AEW as well, and he got 2 injuries over there. In fact, he tore his tricep in AEW as well, the opposite one. So now he's got two torn triceps in 2 years. Mashed up his knee when he dived into the crowd. Uh, so he's looking at like 3 serious injuries in 3 years. Not to mention he had a 9-year hiatus from wrestling, and in them 9 years he took up MMA and got his ass handed to him. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if I don't for someone like CM Punk. I don't know if he's thinking about other stuff, man, because he must be thinking, yo, my body ain't bodying right now, bro. Like it's not holding up. What would like for him, because obviously I'm not like a CM Punk fan kind of person. Like I'm not a CM Punk guy. I'm not, but I do want the best for the wrestlers because, yeah, that's the sport I choose to support. I like them, and yeah, man, I just worry for him a little bit, bro, because he's not spring chicken, bro. He's in his 40s now. He's not Brock Lesnar. He doesn't look like he's got much muscle on him, muscle mass anyway. He's never really been in, the what you would call an athletic shape. We've known that CM Punk. I mean, the whole career, he's never been in athletic shape. He's had times when he was a little bit more leaner than others, but even when he was on the 2K case, they made his body look a little bit different. They shaped it up a bit. So he's always been a bit flimsy, a bit like skinny fat-ish kind of. Just looks, you know what I mean, like any guy. So I don't even know, man. A bit more muscle might help him out. I'll tell you what would be cool for CM Punk if he done what Randy Orton done, even though Randy didn't need to. CM Punk returns, a lot more muscle mass, a lot more energy in the tank, and then has a year run and then retires if he chooses to retire. That is, that'll be great for him because obviously you don't want to go out like this, but you have to start thinking about your actual life when you get to these points. So Cora Jade, she's still young, very young. She'll come back. Only issue with Cora Jade is she was destined for the main roster. I mean, Tiffany Stratton's just been put on there now. She's dope, but I think Cora Jade had a bit. She had kind of all of it packaged together by now. Great heel, great look. Bron Breakkers that's her boyfriend. They're both. He's just come to the main roster. I think she was the next one in line. Probably after winning the women's title on NXT would have been, but yeah, she's injured. Now you got Shotzi, torn ACL. She's going to be out for a while. Obviously, time scale, you're never going to know properly. Probably about a year. Was it ex-boyfriend? Fair enough. I only saw them in a picture together the other day, so that's why. But hey, man, you know more than me. I don't, you know what I mean. But Shotzi's out. Feel bad for her, man. Feel bad for her. I'm not going to do the pretending for what everyone else is doing online. Like, oh my god, this is detriment to the business. I can't believe Shotzi's injured, bro. Shotzi, if she's not there all day, it makes no difference to me at all, bro. Apart from just the fact that I'd rather a superstar keep their job, and you know what I mean. But her character annoys me. Not her as a person, but she howls at the moon for no reason. She looks like when the long green hair and all that. I like that look, and the tank's stupid. Shoots out Nerf bullets. Like it's 2024, bro. Like you shoot out Nerf bullets, not hurting me in it. So I'm not selling that for no one. But it's unfortunate. And I did tell you guys on this channel while we were watching, I think it was the women's, I don't want to make something up. I think it was a women's Money in the Bank, not the year what's just gone by, the year before. I think if I'm correct, Shotzi was in there with Raquel, and it was the botchiest. And I don't call out botches when I'm watching stuff. I just let it run because it ruins what you're watching. I just wait till after, innit? But nothing looked good. I'm talking about little things like running up a ladder, like line. There's a ladder line down, running up it but falling through the gaps, or not hitting your drop kicks properly, or going to do a big boot but not connect with the person's face clearly, and then still selling it, and the weird dives and all that. And like, honestly, not that it has anything to do with her injury, but I'm not gonna miss her like that. I'm just saying, kind of fucked up that she's injured, and obviously all these injuries happened in different ways. I mean, Seth got injured, didn't he? So they all happen in different ways, but I don't know if the training style's changed. Um, I don't know if the training styles change with the wrestlers because they seem to be getting more injured. It's not making much sense. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Um, I don't know. There's a few of them in it. See people keep spamming Nikita Lyons and that until they put it on the, you know what I mean? But she just came back. You got Sol Ruka's out as well. I don't know. And it's a lot of the female wrestlers as well, so I don't know what's going on there, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some sports science needs to be done around it, but that's one of those ones. It is what it is again. Um, let's see what a few people are saying in the chat. I won't wait for questions in this one, but if you don't ask a good question, I ain't putting it on the screen. It takes too long, bro. Morris said Zelina looked like she could have been injured on SmackDown, but thankfully she was on Raw in the Battle Royal. She's really good. Did you see her backstage interview after? When she was saying like, "Yo, Electra trying to be Zelina 2.0 and all that business," and I like that still. I like that. She's tiny though, isn't it? Like you realize when they put her against just one of the regular women and that she's tiny, bro. She only looks regular around like Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Oh, the run to the rings. She runs like Fireman Sam, bro, like Noddy and that, bro. But it is what it is, man. Kind of crazy. No. I'm just saying that Sol Ruka, bro. She was injured for ages, so yeah, I love Sol Ruka, man. So I think she's cold, bro. A whole gimmick, everything around us, dope. I like that. Other thing I want to get to Stephanie McMahon. Because for some reason everyone wants to spam stuff in the chat when I'm talking about something completely different. Like I want to talk about that. Now we can talk about it. So Stephanie McMahon, they tried to cancel the homegirl Stephanie, bro, and I ain't having it. I mean, if something comes out differently, then yeah, then I might have to take it still, car. Man can't be defending no criminals and that. Although being a criminal don't make you a bad person, depending on what crime you did. But they're trying to cancel homegirl Stephanie, man. Let me find one of the news articles. Because she was trending. It was last week that most of the stuff were out. Obviously, it was around Ashley Mazzaro. I'm not going to talk about Ashley as such because I don't know what she's dead in it. So I know her friends around doing up like NBC and all these news reports and all that stuff. Bro, your friend's dead, and now you want to be on TV being a celebrity talking on. Just get out of here, man. Just get out of here, man. Talk when she's alive, innit, man. I'm not really about this. What are they gonna tell me now? She asked you not to say anything, bro. If you care about your people that much, you just go and do it, innit? So, okay. A friend of Ashley Mazzaro, has claimed that Stephanie McMahon helped to cover up sexual assault allegations made by former WWE superstar who killed herself in 2019. Mazzaro committed suicide after 5 years. 5 years ago, months after dismissal of a lawsuit claiming that wrestlers' head injuries made her depressed and addicted to painkillers. So just to reiterate, that's what the initial thing was that she said. That's not all whatever in it. WWE discouraged her from reporting that she had been sexually assaulted in military base during WWE's tour of Kuwait. So tribute to the troops. She had reported that she'd been sexually assaulted. I don't know if she said by who. It wasn't Vince, but yeah, I don't know. Basically, the reason why, let me just get to the cook because I've read the whole thing. The whole thing's disgusting still if it's real. I can't lie, and I have no reason to say someone's lying or telling the truth. To be honest, I mean, there's more reasons to say someone's lying always because you got a lot of money in it, but then it's the same reason someone telling the truth. So, yeah, obviously Vince McMahon he got removed and all that stuff. Okay, her friend now claimed that McMahon's daughter Stephanie made her feel comfortable heading into the boardroom meeting before turning on her and attempted to cover up the superstar's complaints, revealing that claims that Mazzaro told her she spoke with Vince McMahon many times. Vince had his daughter Stephanie take his place because she was a female woman. I mean, I didn't know you could be a female man, but okay. And to make Ashley comfortable, and they just played with her. To play with her because everything that Stephanie had made her feel comfortable and safe about. As soon as she walked into the boardroom meeting, Ashley was on her own completely. She was threatened, and there was no compassion, no sympathy, and there was nothing she added. Okay, so that's basically that's the whole bit, and that's why everyone's trying to cancel Stephanie McMahon. Now, listen, we can go with baseless arguments. We can say it's the truth. We can say it's false. I saw the interview as well, the whole thing, and all I'm saying is, if it was true, first of all, it's not a crime, is it? It's not a crime to try and make someone feel comfortable. You're going into a boardroom full of men, and then when you get into the boardroom, sit there quiet. It might be a shitty thing to do. How about Stephanie was worried? How about that? Has everyone thought about how come one person's a woman in that room, but Stephanie's not because her dad's in there? She stood in a boardroom full of men, powerful men, who she has no power over. Not to mention, it's her dad. Like, I know you don't support. There's certain things in your family that you don't support, and I'm with that. You know what I mean? I'll cancel you out straight away. But if at that point it's about somebody else on tribute to the troops and not about Vince, and Vince is the one who sent Stephanie to make her feel comfortable because she's a woman, then what? Listen, man, leave Stephanie alone until you have some evidence in it. That's all I'm saying. Real talk. Morris said, I saw the interview. She was mumbling and stumbling her words, could barely understand what she was saying. Secondhand embarrassment for her man. She shouldn't have been on TV, with all due respect. Yeah. And the thing is, I'm not even saying that she's 100% lying. I can't swear for anyone. I literally can only base my opinions on, well, you make up your own opinions of people in it, and let's be honest, everyone's on TV, so they can all be lying. For all I know, they're all actors. I mean, wrestling is entertainment. You do act as a character. So most of the time we've ever seen Vince and Stephanie, it's been in character, and they've been acting like horrible people in it. But I've also seen them outside the ring, speaking respectfully and doing all that stuff and that. Who knows, man? I'm just not with this like constant. You have to believe the victim business. You won't, because that means that you become a victim when you said someone's done a crime to you instantly, when there might not even have been a crime. And I'm not saying this about this lady. Of course, I'm not. She was, if she's depressed for 5 years and deleted herself. There's probably something going on. Yeah, let's not pretend about that. But I don't know what it was. My friend is the thing I got the problem with, not her. So, speaking of people being cancelled, let's talk about it. Patrick Clark, the Dream, the Velveteen Dream. In fact, this is an interesting one, man. The Dream returns. He made his return. I think I've got the clip here. I don't know if I can play the music. I don't know if I can play the music because yeah, I mean. But yeah, the Dream made his return on Dynasty Wrestling Promotion in New York. Small wrestling promotion. Let me show you the clip and then we'll talk about it. I might have to turn it down though, so you're not missing anything from the volume. It's just that his entrance music on there, so we'll see. Let me get it. That's already down anyway. If you look at the commentators, how surprised they look. Look at the guy's face. Watch. He'll turn towards the camera in a bit. Look. He looks so. As you can see, even though I've turned the volume down, there's not loads of food. It's kind of like a regular heel reaction, but without loads of booze. Couple kids cheering, couple people putting their heads down. This kid's happy. A lot of the people just look a bit confused, to be honest. I mean, he did come out dressed like a farmer though, like that. Like you're the Dream in it. Where's the purple man? So yeah, do try what the fuck. So okay, let's talk about it, man. The Dream returns. Now we can run it back to Savage Talk about 2 years ago, maybe longer now, when the first allegations came out of Dream while he was in NXT. And I said the same thing back then. Hey man, I don't know if this is true. I saw the screenshots of like messages between him and seemingly supposed to be kids at the time. Then there was people doing all their like, the social media investigating where they, oh no, the pitch around the profile picture is blurry. You can tell it's been photoshopped and this and that. And then it was all a mix up in it. I just kept my mouth shut. I'm just like, listen, bro. if there's evidence there that man's done something and he gets convicted and all that, bro, then bury him under the prison and it with the rest of the pedophiles, bro. I'm on that all the time. If there isn't any, then you need to apologize to the man and let him get on with his work, bro. Because one thing we do know, especially as being a man, once that kind of tags on you, your reputation, you're screwed, bro. There's like damn near no coming back from it. Especially someone who's young and has not got his name established among all wrestling fans, like casuals. Not, and that shouldn't matter, by the way. But that's what I'm going to talk about, because people are hypocrites, and it does matter to people whether the person is at a certain level or a lower level. It seems like it's easier to discard people at the lower level, or if you're at the major level, that if you're in the middle, no one seems to care too much. So I'm not going to go through every thing he was accused of and all that stuff, because you can, if you haven't read anything by now or watched the interview with Chris Van Fleet, then that's your problem. But he cleared it all up on Chris Van Fleet's show. He cleared up what he already knew. He didn't get convicted of anything. The police didn't find anything. The police didn't find any wrongdoing. Triple H and Shawn Michaels said at the time they didn't find any wrongdoing at WWE, why he kept his job. And then when he got released, when everyone else got released, people assumed that it's because, oh, he's been messing with kids. Now, did he say he was talking to a 16-year-old? Yeah, 16-year-old boy. What was the reason for it? He was trying to help the kid, mentor him with wrestling school and stuff. He showed the messages on Chris Van Fleet's show. People are going to say, oh, straw. Listen, the one thing you can say is automatically just stay away from it, innit? But there's two things to that, bro, because if you're a good person or whatever, I'm not saying he is, and you think you're doing something to help somebody, then yeah, it might take you a bit of a chance to realize that, hold on, the rest of the world don't think like that. It's almost like if you're a wrestler and some 15-year-old kid messages said, can I have a signed pop vinyl? And you're like, oh, what's your name, kid? And it's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're in school, let me send this, blah, blah. And then everyone's like, oh, you perv, you're speaking to a 15-year-old. I'm like, bro, I was just sending man a pop vinyl, bro. You know what I mean? 15, 40-year-old kid messaging you DMs and you're a celebrity. It's like, oh, I'm struggling with this, and what your work helped me feel this certain way and stop me from doing silly things. And I was thinking about deleting myself, and now I'm not. And then you try to be nice back to the person, and all of a sudden you're grooming them, and that's what the world's gonna say. So you have to find you can't even find a balance these days. You just have to get out of that situation instantly, bro. Which sucks, because it means that like plenty of people in the world don't get help, or if you're someone who can help, literally all people say now is you can only help people with money, which is ridiculous. Can't help them with mentoring, you can't help them with any questions, anything like that. Just send money. Now, when he got released from WWE, he was on the DUI charge and getting caught with cocaine. I don't care about any of that stuff. Do what you want in your private life. Why would I care? You know how many people take cocaine? All your favorites, not all your favorite celebrities, but a lot of people take cocaine, all that stuff, drugs, all that business. That's your private life, and you're not hanging around with me on a day-to-day basis. Don't have to worry about that stuff. You're not influencing my kid because you're not on TV doing it. Same with the wrestlers. He's not the first wrestler to be in trouble. I mean, we've had countless things with the Usos with DUIs. We've had countless of, flipping Tammy, or Sonny, what everyone knows about. She's in prison now for murder. I think she was drink driving and then took someone out. And she'd been arrested on multiple occasions for DUIs. We had it with Jeff Hardy, with all of his DUIs, and had a gun on his lap. And we've had Matt Hardy with the drug possession. We've had the stuff that people don't even know. Like we've had, what is it, John Morrison, who was like 2012 with Melina. Maybe just before 2012, actually. He was with Melina on screen, but people didn't know they had a relationship before. But he got arrested on a domestic charge, which was assault on a woman. We had I try not to speak about too many people who are not here, but with Jimmy, we had the snooker. We know what happened with, you know what I mean? His wife died, and someone went in the room with Vince. Briefcase got handed over, and all of a sudden, no murder charge. You know what I mean? And you can see where I'm going with this, because if it's your favorite wrestler, which shouldn't be the case, then you're happy to like, oh, wow, what did she do? And what did this person do? And how is it even real? If it's somebody you don't care about, you're happy to just throw them under the bus and not wait for anything. You should be waiting. You should be treating it all with the same respect and time, because you're either respecting the victim by taking it and waiting for everything, or you respecting the person who then becomes the victim, which is the accuser, the accused, who didn't do anything, and then they've got their career flushed down the pan. Not all, just their status. Now, who's the probably most famous? Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin is everyone's second or first favorite wrestler, third at a stretch. I don't know if everyone's got like short-term memory loss, and I'm not trying to throw Austin under the bus because life is life, innit, man? And things go on, and you get to pick and choose what you want to run with. But when Stone Cold beat Deborah's ass, which was like 2002, I think they got divorced around that time. Which on screen, by the way, means that when we all saw that all that stuff going on with Deborah and Austin and him throwing the cookies and treating her like, that was around that time, and she said it was down to like drinking and steroids, because that's what she assumes. And he got arrested for it. It's not like made up. You can go and check it. You can go see his mugshot, everything like that. You can go on YouTube and listen to Deborah's interview where she tells you what he done. And all I'm saying is, when Austin turned up at WrestleMania, the pop was still popping, and everyone loves Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everyone wants to drink a beer with him. No women in the locker room have a problem being around him. They're all happy to still talk about he's their icon, he's their, you know what I mean, he's my hero and all that stuff. But he actually got arrested. Like, Velveteen Dream didn't get arrested for anything to do with like any of this sexual assault or any of that charges. He got arrested for DUI, and he got arrested for assault on a man at a bar who got into a fight with, and he bit him. Or Jim. I think it was a Jim. He bit him. So he did the Suarez and that. So I'm not trying to stick up for him in any type of way. But he's returned. This actual situation with the Dream, obviously, it was a bit of a weird one because Dynasty Wrestling, they've actually responded, because you can imagine the comment section underneath these videos. I think I can get them actually. Are wild. It was trending everywhere. And people saying, how could you do that? Now, there's one thing I'd agree with the people on. Even though it is down to Dynasty Wrestling to do what they want, this was a surprise guest. So everyone who paid for their ticket to this wrestling show didn't know that Velveteen Dream was going to be there. Most of the people who worked there didn't know he was going to be there either. So you can only imagine getting to the final match, surprise guest, and you're thinking it's probably somebody who used to be in like one of the major wrestling promotions, but not someone who's been so controversial and been in the limelight lately with their apology for these things. So a lot of people were shocked, and a lot of people straight away in the comment section, how do you employ a paedophile and how do you do this and all that? And I'm not with the how do you employ a paedophile, because he's not convicted as a paedophile. He's not on a sex offender list and anything like that. And the first thing it was, there's women in the building and blah, blah, blah. Well, none of his crimes, even the ones where he's accused of, are against women. But anyway, I get the reason why, like, yeah, they're a bit shocked, because you're basically not giving people a chance to choose whether to go or not. But I guess if you put Velveteen Dream name on the poster and everyone cancels their ticket straight away, you have no show, which would be a first thing. But then you're kind of deceiving people. So it's a catch-22 with that one of where they should have went. It's their wrestling promotion on a business level. It's my wrestling promotion. The guy's not been convicted of anything. I think he deserves a second chance. I'm putting him on the show. I just don't agree with surprising people. And it wasn't good for him either. Like, that could have been so different. If there was someone in the crowd who had gone through some kind of sexual assault or sexual abuse, and it was a woman or a man, or their dad was there, and even if he hadn't been convicted, and they just gone with the regular internet narrative that, yeah, this has happened, could have been attacked, could have been shot, someone could have jumped over the barricade. So it was a bit dangerous. But they come out and said they stand by what they did. And they believe that someone deserves a second chance, and he hasn't been convicted, so we'll stand by what we did. All I can say is fair play to them, and I don't know how it's going to affect your business going forward, though, because he splits opinion, and he splits it not 50-50. It's way more like 90-10 in favor of, not in favor of him. So, bit of a weird situation, man, but the Dream's back. I don't know if he's going to, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's going to make an announcement or speak on video again or whatever. He might have just done that to test the waters and realized that, the people really ain't going to give me a second chance like that. So might have to just bow out. Crazy though, because obviously he's still young-ish. Well, he's still young. What am I talking about? But he joined from college straight to WWE Tough Enough because I watched that series. That was the Tough Enough with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and that in. So he's literally been a wrestler his whole life so far, apart from school. He's gonna have to learn new trades. I think he said that he was on like he's been farming and stuff, so it might go back to that. But mad situation still, mad situation. But I'll just employ people to, you know, you can just state your bias in it because, as I said, some people have been convicted for stuff and are running around with like Hall of Fame rings and doing all whatever, and some people haven't have been accused and they've been cancelled. So, and I stand by what I said as well. If there was ever like, say for example, they opened the case again and they found out he's guilty because we found out this and we saw this and whatever, you already know my thing, bro. Bury him under the prison, but up until now, bro, nothing there. So it's a bit crazy to do that. Moving on from there, let me get this off the screen. Kevin Nash, I think you've seen it on his podcast, and then I seen the report of it. So Kevin Nash has been speaking about Sting's last match. Obviously, Sting's last match at Revolution, AEW Revolution, is in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's in March, on it. And he said that he's not allowed to appear at Sting's last match. Gave the reasons for this and said it was basically because obviously he's with WWE, and it. Now, a lot of people are still with WWE that you don't see all the time, but they've got like, even whether it's a Legends contract to do signings and all that stuff, or not. So he said he can't appear. I think Sting asked him to be there. They asked him in what capacity Sting wanted to be there, and basically just wanted to be there. And it probably like a tale from the past thing when you got everyone who's helped you along the way, or who was there at the beginning. NWO versus Sting was massive. And obviously for the optics of TV, to have a WWE guy in the crowd, probably not the best thing. It's kind of like with Bailey often turns up to whatever Sasha Banks is doing, or Sasha turns up to whatever Bailey's doing. They did that on TNA as well with Naomi's last match. Sasha and Naomi were there. But I'm guessing that when big business happens AEW, I don't expect Bailey to be in the AEW crowd. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting still because now Vince is gone and the TKO is making a shift, and I wonder if they want to keep it that way, or they're happy to like loosen the reins a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I would do it, to be fair, because if you think about like UFC, you don't really get UFC fight. I mean, UFC is the biggest mixed martial arts business on the planet, but you don't really see them on Bellator. You don't see like Conor McGregor in a Bellator crowd. So as much as people like to make it seem tribal, probably not. It's just best for business, isn't it? Because why would your WWE superstar, your WWE legend, be watching AEW? Yeah, you can watch it at home, but I can't have you on TV looking at it, because then people go, "Oh, that's my favorite wrestler, Kevin Nash. What's he doing? He's watching AEW. I'm gonna go watch AEW." You don't want to give any business up to people like that, so it's a bit crazy, man. It's a bit crazy. Last topic. It's not like a specific thing running around. I just keep seeing the narrative from different people. I thought that's you guys. Everyone keeps saying that wrestling's never been so hot. Like pro wrestling's never been in a better place. And I just want to know if you guys agree with this, because what the fuck does that mean? Are they trying to say that? And this is not one person, by the way. This is a lot of people. And I was thinking before, okay, people saying this with their emotion because they might watch like a great Royal Rumble pay-per-view, then after like, oh, wrestling's great. Now I've said it's been good, man. It's been, especially based on what it was 2 years ago. It's growing on it, because remember, up until 2 years ago, the only good thing we had was the Bloodline. The Bloodline story kept everything afloat. If you want to be fair, you'd say the Bloodline and MJF kept pro wrestling afloat. I'm not even joking. Good matches were still there. The odd good pay-per-view matches. And when I mean the odd good Raw or SmackDown. But really, you was getting like one good Raw every 8 weeks. You know what I mean? One good SmackDown every 4. Pay-per-views were always decent, but maybe a 7 to 8 out of 10 at max. AEW, same decent Dynamite matches. Matches were like 9, 8 out of 10, but the show itself was like 6 out of 10. Pay-per-views were just a bunch of like flying people, no stories. Now you've got everything. You got the tag teams. You got factions. You got AEW need to fix up on the women's opportunities on the TV screen. Still, they're getting better, but they need to fix that. You got superstars back again. Must-see superstars are kind of climbing in. You know, people see MJF as a must-see superstar, and Roman Reigns as a must-see superstar. Cody Rhodes to an extent, not for casuals, but for people who watch it. Yeah, The Rock's there, Jay Cargill's there, so it's got shades of it back. But to say that it's the hottest it's ever been and wrestling's never been better is it's almost delusional. Wrestling's never been better. They were drawing like, let me tell you the highest wrestling rating. Not a pay-per-view, by the way. Let's go highest rated Raw. Highest rated Raw. Ooh, let me go. 10 highest rated Raw episodes. And let's see which ones are in the modern era. At number 10, I'll get it on the screen for you guys, actually. Stop sharing there. And you see what I'm talking about, because and the reason why I'm going to Raw, not SmackDown, is because Raw is the flagship show. They've made it seem like SmackDown is because Roman's over there, and it was with Fox and all that stuff. But it was me, Austin. It was me all along, you son of a bitch. Now, I'm not saying you need to get back to these numbers completely, because there is a caveat to certain things. Social media is there now. People attention span. Raw was 2 hours back here as well. But this is number 10. Number 10 on the list, 6.65 million viewers. Do you know what Raw's on at the moment? 1.6, 1.5, 1.2. Now to AEW is not even cracking a million. So that was June, what was that? June 7th. 2 weeks after that, same, 99. It's same, 99, 2 weeks after, 6.8. I'll tell you what happened in these episodes as well, man. This was after the King of the Ring. Stone Cold fired. Okay, it's when Stone Cold got fired. 6.8 again. 6.9. 7.1 in 2000. That was the Triple H. That's the Intercontinental Championship. So a tag match between WWE, Triple H, and the old guy who should not be named. May 2000. 7.1 million views. These are NFL numbers, by the way. This is football numbers. 7.1, 7.15, 7.4, 8.1. 8.1 million. You're lucky to get 8.1 million views on one of the videos on YouTube. I think only like The Rock returning and stuff like that is what got them numbers. And that's after a few years. And it's The Rock. And that's why when everyone was moaning about The Rock returning and Cody's story, I told you guys, man, like, if you're in the wrestling bubble and you think of, you're a diehard wrestling fan and that, you love Cody, he's dressed like Homelander and that, he comes out in his suit, he says big words, he's pretty much a heel. But if you're looking at global wrestling, big superstars, Cody can't go anywhere and get noticed. He can't just go, like, if Cody comes to my city and walks around, there's going to be some nerds that really recognize him. And I'm not dissing nerds, by the way, I'm one of them. But there's some nerds that recognize him. But don't put him in his wrestling suit. Just put him in regular tracksuit and just let him walk around and see if he gets through my shopping center without everyone noticing him. He can escape. You put The Rock anywhere near my city, even on the outskirts, he ain't making it in without getting mobbed, bro. Larger than life superstars. Even casuals know Roman Reigns, but they know him from the outside going, who's that? That Samoan guy who looks like The Rock. And then you have to go, as The Rock's cousin. And they go, oh, yeah, it's cool. But even that. So to say that wrestling's never been better, and does that mean that you think that AEW is better than WCW? Listen, don't even let me go to because so WCW highest rated. Let's see. I can't bother to share this, but just know I'm not gonna lie. I can give you the link. Okay. Number 10 on WCW's list, 5.0, 5 million viewers. Number 2, 5.1, 5.1 again, 5.1 again, 5.1. This is just week in, week out. 5.1, 5.2, 5.5. The Outsiders, 5.7, and their highest rated views is 6.6 million. That's Woolpack Red. Bruv, AEW's highest rated show is about 1 point something, and that came from what was it? Was it CM Punk? It might have been CM Punk's Last Dance or First Dance or whatever it was called when he returned, and it's like 1.2. They've never got to 2 million. SmackDown hit 2 million the other day. Raw can't hit 2 million. And I don't care about views like that. I don't care about these TV ratings because I just like what I like. But I'm talking about for the grand scale of stuff, to say that it's never been hotter is absolutely crazy, bro. Less people watch the show. Less people watch the show. I suppose that these must be the same people that think that Marvel has never been hotter than it ever has than 3 years ago. Marvel now has never been hotter than it was in 2018. Meanwhile, in 2018, we got Infinity War and Endgame with Thanos just running around snapping fingers. Come on, man. Come on, man. Captain Marvel could never, bro. And I didn't even hate the movie as much as everyone else did, but come on, man. What? Madam Web and that, bro. Murray said, Ruthless Aggression Era can never be beaten again. You could argue Attitude Era as well. Exactly, because Attitude Era has higher ratings than Ruthless Aggression Era. Most people just say Attitude Era. My favorite is in between. But it's probably just because my age on it. Like Attitude Era started when I was 7. So you're impressionable, but some things you don't understand as much. I just knew that like it was wild, the crowd looked different. Even if you look at the crowd now, AEW has a more crowd matches more of what it was back in the day. It's more like I don't know, like 19-year-olds upwards, 18-year-olds upwards. Whereas WWE has families and that in the crowd as well. But I don't know, man. People will lie to themselves just to make some. You don't have to lie to make things sound hotter, man. Nothing's as hot as it was before. It's not no one's. Well, it is someone's fault because storylines need to make a return. You know what I mean? AEW don't have the PG stuff. They swear they have blood, death matches. I reckon WWE goes back to Netflix. Of course, TV ratings can't go up because it won't be on TV anymore. WWE go to Netflix, get rid of that PG stuff. I think they can hit some heights again, but you'll never be able to hit what you was before. Now, if they say wrestling's never been hotter, if it's the wrestler saying it and they're saying it's never been better, and they're talking about behind the scenes, of course they're right. Medical bills are paid for, more money's been paid, more money to people who are in the canteen are getting paid more money than like big wrestlers were getting paid back in the day. Like you had to wrestle back in the day to get paid. So there's more there. It's safer as a wrestler. You can get cancelled for more stuff, but also, you know what I mean, they're not running around with concussions and that constantly. They get checked, wellness policy. You know what I mean? If you hit your head in wrestling now, you don't have to just go home and say you've got a headache and then you die in a year's time or end up with painkillers and overdoses and kill yourself. No, the doctors will tell you it's not good enough anymore. The fans will complain, oh my God, Paige can't wrestle, Daniel Bryan, Edge can't wrestle. And then they'll just be like, we're just trying to look out for people and ourselves. So it's a bit of a weird one. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Back again tomorrow for WWE Elimination Chamber 2024 Perth, Australia preview and prediction show. Likely to be in the evening. Every time I've done a preview and prediction show, it's been in the evening. It's been around like 5:30, 6. But I don't know how my day is going to go yet. Probably still going to be around that time though. But I'll let you guys know. It'll be scheduled anyway. So you can check the time. Come over, join, give your opinions, give your predictions, and see what the crack is and that, man. It should be dope. But big up to everyone who joined and stuff like that. Big up Morris Honesty. For the people that asked me for the show yesterday and didn't turn up, hey man, this is what I told you, bro. Like this is why you don't get the shows and that, because man ain't here, bro. Anyway, being your boy, comment, like, subscribe, and share.